Okay, brothers and sisters, now why you are already here all this time? The first part of this technique is the same as in the old version of Golden Dawn. Well, in fact, the Golden Dawn technique is totally okay, but without any further detail which are crucial for attainment. It is just a theory without any treatment about condition which is important for realizing the mechanism of consciousness transfer. First, you need to visualize the body of yourself standing before you around 2 meters from your place. Now, pick some position where you will not move. You don't need to have half lotus, lotus or siddhasana, padmasana, any asana at all. Just try not to lay down, because the mechanism of sleep will be started. Just sit in your favorite chair. Try at least to have your spine, your neck, and your head in one flat line. Nothing too much serious, just as in any other relaxation exercise if you already have that. If you don't, just sit in your favorite position, don't move. Sometimes position where you think it is full of enjoyment will give you discomfort, because your during time your spine will start to incline, and thus building the pains in the upper and especially in lumbar, in the down part of your spine. So my advice, try to move your, I don't know which part is it of the, I don't know in English, just to put this like your chest is a bit inclined on the forward. So you're just, if you are falling on a spear and now you cannot move, like samurai are doing, try to put your hands not before you, because if you do that, they will start to move you very slowly during time. But try to push them on your hips, or maybe in the part of your genitalia, just to sitting, depending if you are sitting on a chair or is on some blanket, I don't know. Thus, I will not use so much time for perfect sitting. You need just to feel comfortably, not only in the first 5 minutes, but in 15 minutes. Then, very importantly, with opening eyes, you need to imagine your figure. Please don't imagine your body in some mystical robe or ceremony. Don't do that. You are aware that you are transferring your body, not in the body. It is just a trick. You will be a pinpoint of consciousness somewhere in your skull. You are not going anywhere. You just think you are going, and you are projecting ideal realm so that particles of your consciousness can move like you're moving in a dream, but in some different way of speaking. So don't imagine yourself in a visual form which is totally out of any knowing, because you don't see yourself in a robe. Just put your favorite shoes, favorite shirt, whatever you feel yourself when you are in. That's it. Don't imagine outfit. Remember the outfit. You already felt presentness. You see the difference. Now, very important things. look yourself in the center of eyes. The eyes of your double need to be fixating points. No matter if you are moving head, whatever, you are watching and fixating the eyes of your double. Now you are not aware what I'm doing here. When you are imagining yourself, that your double, it's before you, and that you are watching himself in the eyes, it is the same watching as in his place. So when you do that, and later when we are step into the second part, you don't need to imagining that you are double. Imagining that you are the one who are doing projection. So you are seeing and imagining, not seeing the double. You are already double. So you need just imagining your physical body. And it will produce during this kind of tricks. You will see what is sort on. So the first 1 month or 2 weeks, 3 weeks, depending of how much this figure will become close to you. Not becoming an obstacle, pain in the ass in your daily working, but it's there. You will need maybe 1-2 minutes, and it will be not in visualization, quite the contrary, but just the sense. Just when you have your cat or your dog in your house, no matter how much the dog or cat will doing the noise, it will be okay because you get used to it. So when you find out that imagining this body of light of yours will become totally part of your life, this is exactly the moment when you need to step on the second and most important part of this technique. Usually it is around from 2 weeks until a month. Everything more or less of that will show that you are either not concentrate enough or that you are doing in a part of a day that you are too much obsessed with some other things. You need to change something because you can do that all that life. You need to bring acceptance of this shape in your life, like you are doing the ritual of the pentagram, which you are doing the daily. I hope you are doing that. Of course you are not. And when this form become familiar, not once again, not in a level of power of visualization, we don't need that. Just as your puppet. It become familiar with your house, and once again, always need to imagine in the same outfit. Don't change the outfit, don't change detail. The less detail, the better. Without watches, without whatever. Try, be clever. If you have a lot of tattoo, don't imagine yourself with a short shirt because you need to have this tattooing details. Just imagine that you have one giant shirt with one color. Be smart. Less detail, it will be much better. It is very important to learn to imagining that you are watching in the eyes. Eyes will be pinpoint of your fixation. It is totally irrelevant how much visualization about the body it is. Much more importance that you are fixating the eyes of your double. Nothing more. Nothing more. And this is used as the object of your fixation. After 2 weeks to 1 month, this is the main deal. I will show you how I did and how I'm doing with all little details, but I will firstly talk about my first success, very first success, which is without any help, which I already speak to you, which will increase the chances, but I do the roof, very, very basic technique. And I achieved one magnificent knowing, which is this. After a time, and I have good visualization, I have very good old things which are unnecessary for old Golden Dawn procedure. After so many failures, I reach the point when I look myself in my physical eyes like I watch the unreality eyes in the first place, which is the same line, but from the opposite direction, the same eyes. I realized at a reach point that I almost there, but there is something. I fixating myself, and I was there, but no matter how much I try to change things, I was not able to completely transfer consciousness. Like there is always a particle of the brain in the physical skull without every chance to go there and to cut off all connections. I don't know why and in which way I'm starting to use this behavior, which is completely opposite of everything that this procedure invests from you, and that is to fixate your eyes and imagining that you are watching yourself from 2 meters simulacrum without moving. What I did exactly the same thing like in lucid dream. In lucid dream, when you are get out from the body, when you are in sleep paralysis, I'm just trying to make a connection with the lucid dream so you can realize the mechanism. When you fall off from the bed, you will be in what I call the void, complete emptiness. You will not be able to perceive anything because you are nothing still. You need a bit of time so your mind will construct false reality, or reality where you want to obtain your walk. Now, the deadliest thing which can always return to the body is to stay in one place. The most important thing which kept me months and years in the void without any real scenery is to touching the floor and step out of the body and just go, not to be in a single space even for a moment. You need just to go, just to move. Like the mouse. When you have screensaver, you need to move the mouse so desktop will return. The longer mouse stay inactive, the screensaver will become. Imagine that screensaver will appear only after 2 minutes of not pointing the mouse. So what you need to do, you need to move your mouse all time. And when you stop, screensaver will appear. It is the same like here. You don't need to step and to pause your movement, your physical movement. You need just to go, and vision with tactical imagination, I speak about that in lucid dreaming part, will show very soon. I did that exactly the same while I was in the body of light. I didn't, in that time, stay too much. Either I was already there, I completely have blank vision of my physical eyes, but I was still in the body. What gave me full transfer of consciousness, I imagining that I was 2 meters there, looking in my eyes, and I just start to move and to watch everything around me, even if I didn't see that, because I was still in the body, moving my eyes, not physical, but my mental eyes, all over the scenery. I pretend that I was in a lucid dream and that I need, by tactile movement, to gain vision. after a few seconds I was there. And it was one of the most incredible experience in my spiritual life. When you have this happening in a lucid dream, your mind is very different from this. It is sleeping self mind. And no matter how unbearable, how miracle you attain, for that mind it is almost like normal. Like when you try to fly in your dream, it will be not so much spectacular like if you're flying in your physical realm. When you do that, and when you have separation in a physical body, using a physical exercise and with the opening eyes, you will keep your mind like this, but with all particles of the astral scenery. So you will have best from all the world. You will have movement, and you will have you will see, you will not move by legs. You are moved by will. You just watch one thing, and when you express will to come near that, you will start to move. There is no muscles, because if you are doing too much muscle, you will break experience and return to the body. So this is my very, very first, completely out of any luck, any knowing, any instructions. I get this 1% of full transfer, which I all time need in the previous attempt. This is imagination of movement. Physical, tactile movement. You don't need to visualize things around. You need to sense movement. Like you are holding your eyes shut, and you are imagining that you are moving, and that you are like, I don't know how to say, but you see this movement in my lucid dreaming. I don't know, the swinging movement, yeah. It is very easy for us to visualize this tactile movement, because tactile sense are grown in a baby much before the visual. Eyes and visual is the last sense that we gain. Tactile and hearing are much before constructed in our mind, and this is exactly why in a sleep paralysis we have only two very strong hallucination: tactile hallucination and audio. Always you will hear in sleep paralysis billions of others, but nothing you will see. In sleep paralysis you cannot see. Everything is sense of touch and sense of hearing. The same is here. So now I will start to speak about precise technique, but I needed to incorporate with this tactile movement, which will give you full boosting experience. Now I'm getting full transfer of consciousness after a minute or two, but the full sense is when I start to move. The moment I start to move, and this feeling in my plexus, when I move this tactical center of pinpoint of consciousness, which is moving always in a side, never up or forward or backward, but always do as a side, and because our mind is not knowing what is on the side. So when you move, you are both moving visual and tactile. When you move up or down, the visual is staying. The much more severe to trance state is changing on the side. Also, when you are lucid dreaming, when you are falling on the bed, you are never going to step out of the body in this position, but rolling from the side, because it is too much pressuring awareness, and your mind will not be able to fight against that. So, what we are doing? You are spending 2 weeks to 1 month constructing the body of light. which we don't need. I'm just building this spin for your mind, so your mind all this time are constructing counter fighting immunity toward this point, which is totally irrelevant. Now your attention is much weaker, so I can speak about the true method. No matter how much time, no matter how you're good in visualization. Now I'm transferring consciousness without any visualization of the body, to be frankly. So you do that, you are trying to see yourself, to see these 2 points from the same position with the help of the breathing. Try to watch the point of the pencil. You will see that your attention, it's focusing, but from time to time it starts to think about something else. Your mind, it's going off the focus, which is the main difficulty reaching samadhi. Samadhi is focusing on one object without thinking on anything else for very long amount of time. But when you are watching this with breathing, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. You don't need to have kumbhaka. Kumbhaka is pause. You need to have up, down, up, without pause. Concentrating on this point. Imagining that you are holding a cigar, and when you are breathing, what will happen to cigar? It will start to inflame. It will bigger. It will become much stronger. Imagining that while breathing, you are giving a much stronger focus, and you will see that while you are doing breathing, focusing on one point, your mind will be much harder to think of anything else. This very simple exercise will bring your mind, even if you are not doing anything about the body of light techniques, it will give you very deep breakings into the samadhi and jhana. I don't know where the end of it. Try it and you will see. Just concentrating of whatever you want, you will see that your mind is simply don't have chance to crush this system, because attention on breathing is something which is unnecessary for your mind and body life. It is an action against your mind cannot fight. Try to stop your breathing until you die. You cannot do that. So you're again using your mind against itself. When it is combining with focusing, your mind will simply be so much stressed. You are rising Photoshop, Safari, Chrome, billions of games in one way, and your computer don't have enough memory to run everything. What it needs to do? It will shut off the first thing which is out of this process. Failure. You will so much focusing on totally idiotic byways things that your mind will don't have strength to say, but everything is shit. But you are failing. But you are sitting in your physical body. What you want to do? It will not have strength to construct that idea, because you are engraving the focus on totally irrelevant, very simple things which don't have any meaning with the body of light technique. When you do that, you will see after a couple of minutes, but it is very important not to make any break in breathing. You will see after a minute or two, you will become delusional or sleepy, and you will do and you will even couple of minutes be there without breathing. Don't do that. Fight against it. No matter even if you have almost success, this is the mind game. It will give you a small portion of success, so it will deliver a failure. No. This is the priority. Breathe without pause, using your physical eyes from there as a concentration. Don't need visualization at all. You just need to inhale and exhale and watch your eyes 2 meters from yourself. You will see how it will much easier with opening eyes to do, because when you close your eyes, your sleepy condition will take you on its own. While you are doing opening eyes, you are bombarding your mind so much that it will refuse to stay in failure position. It will become very, very, shocking that you will realize that you are breathing from the lungs, that you are not breathing from the physical body lungs, but from there. Firstly, you will have tactical sense that you are not here, that you are there. Then, because you are watching with opening eyes in very, calming condition, you will have the same outcome when you are doing scrying. You will have your peripheral vision start to get darker. And even for a few seconds, you will even completely black out. You will not be able to see anything. This is the moment we need, because you are bombarding your mind with impression that you are building, breathing there, focusing on the physical eyes. And after a couple of seconds, when your brain needs to choose in which reality he wants to dwell, he will be pushed to be there. Because so much fake sensation will be there that your mind will think that it is okay to be there. Very stupid, very simple. You will have sensation that you are there, but don't lose years, not years, but a lot of months like me. You need to do final, very stupid things. From that place, with the same breathing, without pause, you need to imagining that you're going outside of your house. Just go. You will see how easy will be. You need just to watch everything and just not to keep single point of focus in one place. Just to watch like you are drunk. Just imagining more you will be out of the body, the more clearer vision it will be, because a lot of programs, application and little action will be from there. Your mind, it's a question of time. He will refuse and give up from everything, because there will be not a single link for the physical body. Your mind will think opposite, that physical body eyes are illusion, because there is so much impression from that fake place that possibly that you're physically there and you're imagining your unreal body in your sitting position, because reality of the mind is predestined by sensation from that place. If you are having so much failure from that place, he will make transfer consciousness from that place to have failure from there, and it will be success for you. I hope you understand me, because it is a bit trick, the whole concept and whole mechanism. There is one more thing, excellent thing. You need to, I don't know, this is some dices from my girl. I will use them because you need to try to find some stone which is very not polished, but a lot of little edges and let me say like this, with lots of little surface obstacle, and you need to hold it with your fingers. Keep all time while you are doing the body of light technique. When you try to watch yourself and to breathe from that place, not letting your mind return to the physical body, because breathing will be hook from where you will hold on in your unreality place. Start to touch and move your fingertips over the edge of this sharp stone. Now, this sharp stone doesn't mean to be very big. It needs to be just to be precise in your maybe double size of this. Not too much, but it need to have, not to be perfect. A lots of little edges, so your mind will have infinite new numbers of new impressions about tactical sensation. Now, while you are breathing from that place, you just need to imagining that you are holding this tactile sensation and that you are keeping the stone in the body of light fingers. This will kill your mind. Tactical pressure about this stupid detail, even if you know that you don't hold anything in that hand, your mind will not be able to fight against it, because when you are keeping your eyes shut down and when you are touching the stone, you will automatically start to visualize the stone. You don't need to try that. Take any object, try to visualize it. It will be hard. Close your eyes and start to touch it, and automatically your mind will give you a picture of what you are touching. So when you are opening eyes, and you will be completely out of any system, so much little stupid information, with this your mind will just turn off computer and say, this is too much, I will give you success, just leave me alone. This help, very stupid, is something which most beginners need at all. And when you are touching, but you don't need to make pause, you need to touch and move your fingers all time, not fast, but very slowly, but all in different, you don't need to have rules. Just pimple it, just touch it, rub, like Aladdin rubbed a lamp in all places. And when you try to just walk and everything with the breathing, it will be just one moment in future time where you will be there. That moment, for me, it's like any lucid dreaming, which is one of the most magnificent experience, even in physical way, because you will feel this energy and vibration in your body of light in the dream. Of course, it is the story of sleeping paralysis, because electricity from the neck down, it's gone, because you're stepping in the REM phase and your mind is shutting off your body functions, I mean muscle tensions and everything, and you will feel it like billions of volt electricity in your brain, and it will be very good. You can use it for to moving from any part of the body, just imagining, and healing any ill part, especially when you have problem with endocrine, I don't know in English, when you have problem with pancreas, with heart, when you have pain, when you broke something, it is perfect. Try it. But let us return to body of light. First 100 experience, you will be able to be 5 seconds, 10 seconds, and you will always be returned with this sensation of pull, which of course your mind it's building as as a condition and as excuse so you can be returned to the body. Whenever you pinch a little movement of the physical body, that second you will be returned. So whatever you feel unsecured, whatever you feel there is something negative, just move hand or even and you will be returned. There is no way that you can obtain physical movement in the beginning. Later you will, but in the first hundreds of examples, just move your hands and your mind will instantly, because electrical impulses will give you coordination. This is why you need to be very, very calm, but because sooner or later your mind will lose itself in the GPS track in the universe. So intention will give you a place. Intention will not be giving you place because you will have electrical impulses which will establish coordinate system of your reality and you will return back. So this two little exercise, you can do it even today. You will see how strong your focus will be while concentrating on anything while you are breathing. Just imagining that you are breathing through that place and you will see how brain will be much focused without any chance to think about anything aside. That is the point. Your rising consciousness, not lowering like it is a question in lucid dreaming when you are drifting toward the dream and in one way you are doing something which will escape you to a lucid dreaming scenery. There is one additional perfect help which I call the smile. When you are doing and when you're trying to transfer the consciousness, if you don't have stone, you can doing the breathing always. Even now I'm doing the breathing and it is a hook which can always bring out of the physical body, of course not. It is smile. Now you can watch me what I'm doing. You can do it in a physical, physical position. You can be very calm and then imagining that you are just doing this. Very little smile, not smiling, not laughing, but smile. It will momentarily give you boost of energy because you are using a smile all your life as a consequence of good and nice feeling. Now when you do that without any good or funny story, you will invoke momentarily the rush of hormones of happiness. Try this, and even now I'm starting to laughing because it is wonderful. It is crucial not to you are Helena doing this now. This is transfer of laughing. You are doing transfer of laughing toward your selfhood, and your selfhood will start to smile together with breathing and smiling on your own physical body as your younger brother or younger sister. It will give you, I don't know how to express, but this kind of emotional burst which will use your mind to construct fake reality released from physical senses. It is all about releasing and bypassing the strong currents of physical impression. Not moving, doing all kinds of silly little things, so mind will become weak toward control of itself. We are using, like people when we go to the girl, if we know that we are ugly, we buy one drink, we buy two drink, we buy three drink, and after three drink, even if we are ugly, the girl will start to smile. And this is what we are using against our own mind in very deceive and very cunning way. There is also wonderful way of using the body of light. without transferring the consciousness. Now, somebody will ask me, but what is the point? How can you go into the body of light without stepping out in the body of light? This is called remote viewing, and it is very, very good for obtaining and learning how to obtain new knowledge, which is very, very small, present in your mind. What is all about? I'm just imagining the body of light, and I'm telling that body, asking him to go somewhere to pick information and then return to me. It is very important. From that moment, I forget everything about the body of light. I go to prepare dinner, to prepare lunch, to go to my school. And after that, I call back body of light to step before me and to hug him and implement all that light of new knowledge inside me. You can kiss him, you can hug him, you can just go inside of him, so his particle of new knowledge will become currents of the mind. Now, what you can do with all this new knowledge? There is a trick. There is a very good trick which is perfect for scrying, and this is called, I'm not calling because I'm inventing it. It is a smelling. You need to smell. Imagining that somebody say in a room, "Oh, who fart?" And even if nobody fart, people start to pay attention to subtle senses, and paradoxically, even if you didn't fart, they will sense fart because they will project act of will into act of smelling. Very important. Try that, asking people, "Do you like my new perfume?" Even if you have, they will say, "It is very, very lovely," because in that moment their mind are expecting something from nothing. All we know that it is very subtle, and even almost that it is unbearably sensed, and they will, in that expectation, in that nothingness of the mind setup, they will project what they hope the sense will be. This is the same. Try to sit with all this new knowledge. Try to see what it is smelling. It is so stupid because you're expecting. You are turning off the sensor of reality, which your brain is telling you, this is all shit. You are not having anything. You are not having time to do that because you are diverting your mind. You need to smell who fart. And in that action, I lose time for cutting my success. And you will start to feel something. In that moment, you will start to get new knowledge. Ask yourself, what about? Maybe metallic. Yes, now I remember about one metal ball when I find out that ball when I was in kindergarten. Right now, this moment, because my mind linkage something from abstract to something real. This is how you can obtain the knowledge about what I'm calling remote view. Please don't ask me, are your body is really going anywhere? Because you know what I will answer to you. Answer much better, or try to ask much better question. How can I use it to investigate part of my own being, which are much more distant than black holes or Jupiter or stellar Milky Way or I don't know what. They are parts of your soul that are still totally unrecognized by you. Sometimes if you know that you're strong, you are deep inside pussy and you cannot fight against that. Sometimes when you think that you are doing a good behavior, you are becoming shit. And there is no way we can recognize the evil inside of us. Use this as a compass, not to go to somewhere north, to follow some star, but to divert deep inside yourself, to find the polar North Pole as a center of your own being. Use this for that way. You can use for anything that you imagine. It is an intelligence task. It is an intelligence question. For which aspect of doing you will use this? What you will explore? Will you explore lottery numbers so you can be rich? Or maybe you can heal yourself even if you have some disease which is not manifested now, maybe in 20 years. You know about this kind of diseases. This is called cancer. And the root of that cancer is a neurotical behavior which we already building now. So in 20 years, it will become deadly. Maybe you can recognize that. Now, what you will do? Will you lose time for lottery or for something much other? Maybe you can use to explore your past lives. Sometimes it's better to explore past than the future. Because when you erase mistake from the past, the future will be much brighter. Maybe that lottery which you will get will make you right toward the path of misery. You know how much people who get lottery become addicted to cocaine, to hooker, to alcohol, and most of them have the horrible life. So think in which way you will use that. First, learn how to do that, and then implement this thing in your own life. Even if you have only 5 seconds of seeing you outside of yourself, never again to have this ability. It is worth. It is worth. You will remember it as a first kiss, as a first love, as a first sympathy, and this will be some like first kiss for your selfhood, stepping out of the boundary of your misery, because you will not be able to realize that you are out of the body. No, quite the contrary. You will be inside of yourself in a full term of that word. Inside. Astral projection. What is astral? Astrai is mean star, from star. Are we projecting towards stars? Or maybe we are projecting the starry part of ourself. It is not out of body experience. It is deep inside here. Deep inside here, not out of body. We always use wrong grammar in this wonderful language of God's. We are expressing totally opposite of what is happening. We are using completely different techniques for spirituality. When we obtain a wife and children, finally to be happy, what and how much we behave to them, sometimes like an animals. We are better toward strangers than toward loved ones. You see the mechanism. You are stepping into the house, instead of kissing your children, you saw that they spoil something, they break computer, you start to behave and to say, this must stop, we have ugly life because of you, the whole apartment in a mess. But somebody who don't have children will give everything just to have this kind of mess. We don't see and don't perceive happiness. The more it is closer before our eyes, the more we are jealousy, we are bad and full of evil. And when we see the happiness outside of the continent, we become happy. We say, yes, this is finally the happiness. And the happiness behind our back, who is holding and loving us, we say, fuck you, I don't need you. So I'm just trying to be more practical, to change the name magic towards something much more closer, and that is whole happiness. How you are happy in your spiritual life? Are you are happy and now doing the spiritual life, or you are doing spiritual life because you want to be happy? Because if you are happy, then whatever you do, it's okay. Even failure while you are happy, it's totally cool. Children, when fall, they laughing. When they hurt themselves, they start to laugh and tease about it. You fall, and everybody fall. Why you cannot laugh when you fall when you are adult? Can you laugh when your boyfriend leaves you? No, you cry. But if somebody took your toys, you start to laugh because you have another toy. Can you find another boyfriend and still be happy just like that? No, because we are attracted. We have boundaries. We are enslaved towards spirituality. And we invest exclusive right for enlightenment, for spirituality, forgetting that the life itself gives us eternal number of chance to be both enlightenment and both happy. And we are not either of that. We are not enlightenment, no matter how much try for you to meditate, to read books, to buy tarot cards, to buy everything. The more you buy, the far distant you are from your enlightenment, because that enlightenment, it cannot be found in the books. It is already in this smallest book in the universe, your soul. You need to open that, because it is closed, and closed book is the worst book in the world. And you are still not happy. Whatever we do, you are not happy. You are not happy with the salary you have. When you have rising, you have, yes, but I still need a bit more dollars. When you get that dollars, you will say, okay, I have money, but now I don't have time. When you have time, then you will say, but okay, I have time, but I spend all money from something else. And you will start to work another job, and you will have a less time. And more, you're giving yourself excuse that all this, it's bullshit. Okay, you're using your astral body. Will you say, when you meet me and we drink coffee, if you don't know that I'm doing spiritual work, will you guess that I'm spiritual, man? Is this something which is engraved in the part of my head that I'm a spiritual and I'm lucid dreaming adept? No, that's shit. It's not the question if I'm good. It is question in which goodness I am using this stuff. If you don't know how to use that, then don't do it at all. This is essentially what magic is. Now, I will speak about the second. For the beginners, much easier to experience. I'm calling this spherical darkness. It's very easy. So much easy that the beginning of success you can gain in the very, very first trying. The beginning of this exercise is the same as in the body of light. You need to sit in your favorite position without moving. And the difference between the body of light technique is that you are doing with the eye closed. So you cannot do that at all with opening eyes. You need to close them. And now, very important thing. When you are looking in your darkness, you can look in two ways. You can look into infiniteness, like when you're looking at the star, and you can look before you, fixating and struggling your eyes a bit, literally like in the beginning of the top of the nose. I want you to close your eyes and to watch right next before you, because it will use a strain on the eyes and it will become more difficult as time goes by. Focus on that dark point of blackness in your eyes and keep doing that. Very stupid, very simple things. After maybe 5 to 10 minutes, usually it is less, but when you will be beginner, you will expecting things and of course ruining. When you're fixating while closing eyes, sooner or later your eyes will become weak, because the muscle of eyes will start to lose itself and your focus will move from close toward infiniteness, resulting that you will perceive the space between you and this close part as a depth. The whole blackness will become three-dimensional and you will be in that cave of blackness and a lot of sense of emptiness between you and the edge of that darkness. The whole perceiving of very small space in your eyes will become much larger, which is very biological things, losing the focus. The same when you are looking yourself in the mirror and peripheral vision will start to become black. The same thing, but you are not keeping the eyes opening. You are focusing yourself very, very close to you and keeping the focus as much as you can. Two wonderful things will happen. The first, you will start to hear, literally to hear very buzzing sound. Those who have, as me, this, I don't know how to say in English, the buzzing sound already, it will be start to increase totally the atmosphere, like pitching. Like sometimes when you see that pinching in ears, it will be exactly like this. And you will start to lose a sense of the body. This is crucial. You will change your consciousness. You will instantly get trance. And the losing of your body will start to change. You will be a bit inclined. You will be something like this. Very strange. Very, very strange. Because your body, your mind, will cut off with physical position, especially because you are in a sauna for some times, and even without that your mind will start to lose itself. So you will reach very soon in one very special point of consciousness. You will see this depth in that blackness. Try this after this webinar. It's very easy, but you need to be perfectly still and to do that without moving. That is condition. After a couple of minutes you will reach that. You will be amazed and try to sense the trance which is hitting instantly. It will totally shock your mind because it will be very fast. You need only one thing. Very one thing. This is just try to move yourself like in lucid dreaming, phantasmal movement. I'm calling that like being on I don't know how to say, on a swing, but very little, and increase that. Now, don't move hands, nothing. Just imagine that you are on a chair, you know, the rocking chair, but starting very slowly, and increase amplitude. You will increase amplitude in a mental state, but physical body will stay. This is why you need to do this inch by inch. Try, even thought about moving will invest movement. More and more, you will reach a point and you will just sense that you can fall into this blackness, which will be resulting the same experience, almost like lucid dreaming, phantasmal movement in the sleeping paralysis. This method will skip all part before that, dreaming, sleeping paralysis. This kind of fixating your eyes in a blackness of your eyelids will somehow, I don't know why, but it is totally cut off the time, and it will instantly bring you in the same, perfectly same condition like you have in sleep paralysis. Now you have very small percentage of time to do that. Don't do everlastly, maybe 10-15 seconds. In sleeping paralysis, you have infinite number of failures. This is only number one. If you are failing, you will be totally awaked. If you succeeded, you will be succeed from the first try in 99%. So depending on the case, on the first or the second, the experience will be completely different. The second one with the closed eyes will bring you the scenery. When you will reach the void, you will do the same exactly like in lucid dreaming. For those who are not just watch, and you will see how the scenery will be obtained by touching and rubbing your hands and touching your face, like you are putting the water on the morning, washing your face. It's very easy. From that moment, everything will be very real, and timing will be very short. No matter how much you are good in it, 10 minutes, which is a long time in astral vacation, to say, it's very long time, but you are limited. Body of light technique, while opening the eyes, you are limited. You can do it a 1 hour, 2 hour, which is something which I strive to have in lucid dreaming. I have technique to spending more time to somehow cheat that time divergence in a lucid dream, which is the deadliest enemy. You cannot avoid it, because this is the ending of the REM phase, which is biologically predestined in your mind. In this way, with opening eyes, you are only predestined, because when you start to feel pain in your spine, because you will feel it sooner or later, this pain, as when become enjoyable and unbearable, will move you back to the body, because your concentration will be hooked on a physical body, not anymore in the body of light. In this way, you have maybe 10-15 minutes. All senses will be 100% the same. Touching, hearing especially, and visual will be the same. You will be much more control than in lucid dream, but the level and layers of consciousness will be much harder to penetrate than regarding to lucid dreaming attempt. So you can use that for wonderful daily meditations. Perform a ritual in this state. Perform the ritual of pentagram, the middle pillar, or Liber Samek. I don't want to tell you anything, because the moment I'm starting to telling you, you will project that next time when you have future success. Try to talk yourself. Imagine and say your name and wait for you to appear. This you in this place will be much different than you from yourself point of view, if you understand me. You is just an idea now, because you are part of your mind structure, where you is just an idea which you have in that you. You in this place, it's much different. It's entity with whom you can talk, you can play, or even you can make love. Try to make love with yourself in this scenario, and you will forget everything about physical sex. Believe me, this is mind fucking thing. Try to play. You have a lots of billions of interesting idea. You can heal yourself in that place. Just try to rub your hands in the place that is painful. If you have some in that place, you will not have, very important, you will not have I don't know how to say. You have Jeffrey and Helena have I don't know what, glasses, eyeglasses, because you don't have eyes there. So just rub your hands, imagining that you will see electricity, and then put on the eyeballs, and you will feel a lot of energy. It is all inside the head, of course, in the mind, but your mind is now building some very fine, very subtle healing connections in our own being. So when you return, you will feel these cozy things in your eyes. I have very strong dioptry. I have diabetic retinopathy. I don't know how to say in English. I have -5 almost. I now have 0. I don't have glasses. I didn't use any laser, all that. Well, my illness, it's I cannot fight totally, but I'm managing to destroy any chances for further going worse. Will I succeed in full? I think not, but I will try and I will fight. So you have your own obstacles, your own diseases. When I say diseases, I mean your selfhood patterns, not physical. Physical is just the last step, but behavior, your neurotical behavior. Talk with your fear. Talk with your sexuality. Invite him in your lucid dreaming scenario, because this is the amphitheater where you can invoke and evoke everything that is an idea. And everything can be idea. Gods, queens, fools, horses, fears, happiness, devils, demons, whatever. You can invoke them, and your mind will build a physical idea with you can interact. Even now, you see me on your monitor, which your monitor just use electrical impulses to show you how you can perceive these electrical impulses. I am not inside of your monitor, of course. Monitor just spreading electrical impulses is in a way so you can talk and receive knowledge. Imagine how this divine mechanism can be present in the body of light scenery. When you are released from the body and from the physical limitations and boundaries which you are learned that they are obstacles. Of course, they are not obstacles. Of course, you will not discover anything new, but try. So, this is something which I want to talk, which is very simple, but I hope you understand me why I need so much time in beginning to show you how this have nothing to do with mysticism, with ceremonial magic, with anything to do with why and what is stopping us to grasp the light about ourselves. The knowledge itself, it's the worst and final enemy toward Gnostic knowledge about yourself. So try to use it, not just to experience it and then throw it away. You can use it in that way, of course, but try to use it. Of course, first 20, 100 times you will use it for flying, of course, you will be the same kids like when you were kids in real life, and you need to satisfy your desires. But then again, what you will do? For which good you will invest? In which way? This is something which is the most important part of the workshop, and that is the end. In what end you will use this ability? In which goodness? Or maybe in which evil way of speaking? Sometimes excuse in evil, it's almost like using the evil for good. We are building excuses sometimes, especially when people make wars. They're using the famous sentence, but we use this for the goodness of the humankind. Don't do that. You have only one particles for you which you need to use all this knowledge, and that is you. So you will see that sometimes in life you can call doctor for your wife, for your friend. You can rent money and borrow money because of the others, but when you must do for yourself, you felt negative. It's need to be changed. In spiritual, you don't need to call doctor for anybody else except you. You need to borrow money and to ask money for everybody except everybody else. It is for you. You need to change behavior, because in the end, it is you what you have. The best company in the world. Divine solitude, toward you need to gain knowledge and conversation. Something which I repeated during the workshop. Is there some questions, some, I don't know, some ideas? Maybe you want to share some experience that you have, something that you are afraid of it, that you hear that is a different, some struggle about this technique. Maybe you perform it in a past, but you have success, or maybe you have failures you want to share or something. Good. Good, finally. We reached the end of the workshop. You have my email. There is a lot of things to talk about this. I don't want we talk from 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We talk more than 4 hours. I know it's struggling, but I'm sorry. I cannot express in the Serbian. It will be much easier and much faster using the English language with these abstract ideas and totally strange kind of movement of the mind. It's a bit tricky. You must forgive me my language barrier and everything. I speak from my perspective, from my practice. There is a billions of other tricks, but all this is a second step. The first step is success, and after that we can talk about what you can do once you get there, what deeper layer of consciousness can be reached, and everything what it comes with the practice. But before that, you need to achieve attainment of that practice, which is simply by doing what we talk. And if you want really, you have my emails. Most of you, I don't know if in the Facebook, I always put my Facebook and my email, so you can write me, ask me anything. I always open to talk with people, and when I don't reply to you in one day, or that means that I have some exam in school, I'm working with my kids, I'm trying to reply as much faster than I can. So you were a very good audience. Nobody slept. This is much success for me. When a professor talk in hours, when nobody slept, that means that the job was good. No matter how much that you learn something new, I am the one who learned more than you. And you will see that when you start tomorrow to teach other. Teaching other, it's the best way of learning yourself. This is why people come and starting to speak and to instruct other. Teaching is the best way of learning. And this is another step when you will fixate your success, when you pass it to another human being. When you love somebody, it is one miracle, but when you have somebody to love, when this is the right way of doing the love work. So I love you very much. Thank you for your attention. I really appreciate. Write me if you have any concerns, any advices. If you want something which is not for the group, I am open for your talk. You have my email and my blog. It's Frater273. From time to time, I'm doing this kind of webinars. All webinars, it's free of charge. Of course, if you want to pay some donation, you have this PayPal. Of course, if not, we are seeing next time. It's always free of charge. And as you see, there is no some past experience or previous knowledge that it is important for any of my webinars. I'm trying to speak in general to all people, so all people can have the sense of success without losing years as me in my childhood. So have a good day or have a good night, depending on when you are. Seeing in some other future workshop. Love you very much. Yes, thank you very much. Bye bye. Bye bye.